So how does the OATS principle work? And by the way, if you don't do it at night, you can do it first thing in the morning. Well, if we start off by thinking about outcomes. Start off by saying, okay, it's 5 o'clock tonight. What do I want to be different at 5 o'clock tomorrow night? Because outcomes are about worthwhile change. Of course, in project speak, we're talking goals, aren't we? So ask yourself, what do I want to be different? What worthwhile changes do I want to create during my day tomorrow? Or during my week, or during my fortnight, or during my month? If you work in a highly reactive environment, then you need to set fewer outcomes so that the amount of outcome you're chasing is consistent with the amount of time that's in your control. If you work in an environment where you are able to settle down most of the time to the work that you plan to do and your interruptions are very few, set yourself more outcomes. Having done outcomes, the next thing to do is to make a list of the activities that you need to carry out in order to deliver those outcomes. Ah, say some of you, it's a to-do list. I already do that. Who does to-do lists? Okay, keep your hand up if to-do lists are your principal time management technique. Okay, be very wary. To-do lists can be toxic as your principal time management. Anyone here love to-do lists, very good at them, enjoy ticking things off or even scrubbing them out and screwing up the list? Anyone? Yeah, extreme type A personalities. Anyway, to-do lists are toxic. This is not a to-do list. This is what I call a today list. A today list is a list of the tasks you will do today to achieve the outcomes that are worthwhile. And therefore, a today list is closed. When you've finished it, go home with good conscience because you're done. Next, once you've got your list of activities, look at each one and estimate how long it is going to take. This is the hardest part of the OATS process, estimating how long things take, but you can get good at it by practicing. The easiest part of the OATS process is then to take each activity and schedule it in your diary. It's the easiest part, it's the part most people don't do, it's the part that makes the big difference. How many of you have meetings from time to time with colleagues and clients that are really important and you wouldn't miss them? So let's go to Brendan. So you've got a meeting, and is it an external meeting with clients or is it internal meeting with colleagues?
It's internal.
It's internal meeting, an important meeting.
Yeah.
Yeah. So you're just packing up and you need to be there in 3 minutes, and I come to your desk and say, Brendan, I need you for 15 minutes. Can I have 15 minutes of your time?
I'd look at my diary and schedule in for later in the day.
Yeah, exactly. You wouldn't say, oh, well, okay, I'll just put off my meeting. But if you decide, what do you do? You're marketing, are you? Yeah. So if you decide to do some careful thinking about a new marketing campaign, and I come to your desk and say, oh, Brendan, have you got 15 minutes? What would you say?
I'd probably ask what it was about first.
Yeah, it's a bit more evasive on this one. Most of you, like Brendan, know that if someone interrupts you and you've got some work you are going to do, you'll probably say, yeah, okay, what is it? And then you get caught up in it, and before you know it, that good quality thinking of time that you had set aside for an hour is now 45 minutes at best, and you start to overrun or you don't do it. The difference, of course, is actually the scheduling. If Brendan hard scheduled that an hour's thinking time into his diary, then the psychology is different. He's made a commitment to that time, so he will work much harder to protect it. I'm not saying, by the way, never accede to interruptions, because sometimes those interruptions are important and urgent. But what you don't want to do is default to acceding to all interruptions. And of course, not only is the psychology different, but of course Brendan can look me in the eye and say, Mike, I'd love to help, but I've got something scheduled. So I need to, speak to you in an hour's time when I'm finished. It gives you so much more control over your time.